What's up? My name is Nate and today I have the pleasure to tell you everything you need to know about the Oculus Quest 2. In this video I will be showing you what you can find inside the box. I'm going to demonstrate how to set it up. I will share a few tips that I learned along the way, and most importantly, I'll give my first impressions of this new all-in-one VR headset. Full disclosure, this headset was provided for free by Oculus, but of course opinions are my own. Just saying. And if you are interested in ordering a Quest 2, then you can find a link in the description below. But with that being said, let's jump right into the Metaverse and check it out. Let's go! Okay, so here we have the retail box for the Oculus Quest 2. The design of the package is quite simplistic, surprisingly compact, and has a clear image on the front, making it easy to understand what you are about to open up. It's good to know that the Quest 2 is the successor of the original Quest, the first standalone headset Oculus made, and based on the specs, the new one is in many ways better, faster, and stronger compared to its little brother. What standalone means, by the way, is that it's wireless. It doesn't require a powerful gaming PC to run. Everything you need is inside the headset, so you can play wherever you want without limitations. You can use it at home or take it with you on the go to friends and family. It's totally up to you. So what I'm trying to say here is that the Oculus Quest 2 is pretty much the Nintendo Switch of the VR world. You can play games on it, watch movies, or socialize with other people. What makes it even more special is that it also has the capability of being connected to a computer, allowing you to not only play mobile games, but also PC VR titles. But more on that later. Let's first return to our unboxing. The backside of the package features a bunch of exciting VR experiences, such as Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, Population 1, Jurassic World Aftermath, and of course Beat Saber. Probably the most important thing you will find on the back is a disclaimer that a Facebook account is required. If you didn't notice already, Oculus is a product from Facebook. This means that if you are not signed up to their platform, you will not be able to use the Quest 2. I personally disagree with this choice, because in my opinion everyone should be able to enjoy this headset without the need of a Facebook profile. Anyways, moving on to the top of the box. On there it tells you more about the storage capacity of your Quest. For 64 gigabytes you pay $299 in US dollars, and for 265 gigs you pay $399. If you think about it, those are insanely low prices, making the Quest 2 the cheapest headset on the market. If you are a casual gamer, then I think the 64GB model will give you everything you need. But if you are more hardcore and you want to store every game or movie, then 265 should do the trick. So let's slide it open, shall we, and find out what's inside. The first thing you see is the headset itself. You can clearly notice that the Oculus Quest 2 has 4 cameras in the front. Those in the end will make sure you can freely move around in virtual reality and also your physical space. We call this 6DoF, aka 6 degrees of freedom. When going to the back of the headset, we can find the face mask and the lenses. This is where you will jack into the matrix and discover the future of gaming. It's hard to spot, but the head strap has speakers built inside, so no need for headphones. Next out of the box are the touch controllers. Just like a traditional Xbox or PlayStation gamepad, you have triggers, buttons, and a thumbstick. The reason why the controllers have these big rings on top is so they can track your hands while you are in the virtual world. Inside each of them you will find one AA battery, and both controllers have a side panel that can be slid open to replace or charge them at any time. Some other stuff that comes in the box is a spacer. Yeah, let's say you wear glasses, then you can extend your face mask and make sure they fit inside. There's of course also your standard warranty paper, plus a quick guide on how the headset and controllers work. And last but not least, there is a power adapter / cable that you will need to charge your headset. Now let's get into the setup of the Oculus Quest 2. The first thing you want to do is start preparing your headset by putting it on the charger. And while you wait, you should also start downloading the Oculus app, as you need this for the actual setup. You can find it in the Apple or Google Play Store. When you finally have the app installed and the headset is fully powered, it's time to turn it on. You can do this by pressing and holding the power button for just a few seconds. Then grab your controllers and put on your Quest, because inside it will ask you to pair your controllers. The only thing you have to do here is hit the back triggers and they should automatically find the headset. When you went through the usual boring process of choosing your language and Wi-Fi location, you get some quick tips on how to get the best clarity and how to adjust its lenses. It's interesting that you do this by gripping the sides of one of the two lenses and moving it to the left or right. You will be able to choose out of 3 different settings that according to Oculus will work for most people. When you acknowledged the safety warnings, your headset will restart so it can update the software. This is the perfect moment for you to take off the headset and going back to the mobile app. In there, your Quest should now automatically pop up. In case this doesn't happen, try to restart the Oculus app or use the pairing code that you received inside. When you're good to go, strap the headset back on because it's time for the fun stuff. What you have to do now is create your own virtual space that you can use to play games in. We call this the Guardian system. You simply create it by pointing your controller to the ground and drawing a shape around you. When done correctly, you should now be completely immersed within VR. If you get too close to the virtual walls of your play space, it will warn you, don't worry, and let's say you walk straight through it, it will also start showing you the real world, just so it can keep you safe. And that's it. That's the entire setup. You will then be transported to the Oculus Home menu. This is pretty much the main hub of your headset. The environment you're in can be changed to anything you like. From a cozy cabin to a cyber city, everything is possible. From here, you can start downloading and playing games, customize your avatar, connect with friends, live stream or record gameplay, browse the internet, watch YouTube videos, listen to music, and most importantly, hop into Netflix. So, is there anything else you should know? Yes, here are a couple of useful tips. The first one is the Quick Actions tab that you can find in the settings. This is nice when you want to make fast changes such as adjusting the volume, reconnecting to the internet, setting up a new play space or muting your microphone. Tip number 2 is about hand tracking. This feature allows you to control the entire menu with just your hands. It's easy and way more natural to be using them instead of the controllers. Besides the menu, you can also use it to play a handful of games that will give you a magical and fun time for sure. The next tip is for all the audio freaks out there. If you want to be completely closed off from the real world, it's maybe smart to use your own headphones. On the left side of the Quest, there is a jack input that you can use. Tip number 4 is a super useful one if you have a hard floor. If you want to create a center point for yourself so you know where the middle of your play space is, you can use a proxy mat. These are rubber mats that you can put on the floor for extra grip and that serves as a safety measure. So when you get too excited, you can still focus on the gameplay. Tip number 5. If you don't like the head strap that comes with the Quest 2, you have the option to upgrade to the so-called Elite strap. This accessory can be used for longer play sessions, but does mean that you need to spend more money. The standard Elite strap will set you back $49, or if you want to go full pro, there is the premium one of $129. That includes an inbuilt battery that extends your playtime, and as a bonus, you get a carry case. Talking about emptying your wallet, here's tip number 6. If you have a VR-ready gaming computer, you have the opportunity to connect it to your Quest. You can do this with the Oculus Link Cable, that is yes, $79. It's a 5-meter fiber cable that streams PC VR games straight to your headset, turning it into an actual hybrid that not only runs mobile games, but also stuff from Steam and the Oculus platform. Tip number 7. This one has everything to do with casting. If let's say friends or family are coming over and you want to share how awesome the Quest is, you can stream your gameplay to a mobile phone or a TV by using a Chromecast. And then my final tip. Don't use this headset outside. The cameras are built to track everything that has a roof on it. If the lenses come in contact with direct sunlight, it could burn your display, and that's not covered by the warranty, so be careful. If you do go outside, then at least make sure you have a backpack or something else ready to go. Promised, we are finishing up the video with my hands-on impressions. It is clear to me that the Oculus Quest 2 serves as a fantastic starter kit to every consumer that wants to dip its toes into virtual reality. Facebook has said that they want 1 billion people in VR, and this right here is definitely getting us closer to that tipping point of VR going mainstream. It is just so easy to set up and use. You grab your controllers, put on the headset, and before you know it, you are inside a magical world. The fact it's standalone gives you the freedom to step into VR from wherever you want, without having to worry about wires. You can play games in your living room, watch movies in bed, or take it with you on the go. The possibilities are endless, I could go on forever. And also its ginormous library of content is a pleasure for the eyes. There is so much to explore in terms of games, experiences and entertainment. Anyway, throughout the week I have been testing it a lot, and I gotta say, across the board the Oculus Quest 2 is quite impressive. For example, the tracking of the headset, the controllers and even your hands is top notch. I played a bunch of different titles and in none of them I had any issues. So in terms of accuracy, it does an incredible job. The display is amazing too. Everything inside the Quest looks sharp and has lifelike colors. For me, the field of view is wide enough to get me immersed and the sweet spot is decent as well. The only downsides I could discover is that it suffers from glare in dark games and that depending on the 3 lens settings you use, your field of view might become smaller. You have been warned. So, the hardware specs of the Quest 2. Yeah, those are an absolute beast as it uses the latest and greatest Snapdragon. Because of this, you'll notice that the headset loads fast, it keeps the frame rates high and doesn't get hot. It's a very stable headset. Next up is the battery life. We're talking about 2 hours if you're playing games and closer to 3 hours if you're watching movies or videos. When the Quest is completely drained, it takes you 2.5 hours to get it fully charged again. I do wish they made the cable longer, as I was constantly struggling to find a high spot where my headset could rest. Then we have its inbuilt speakers. If you are not an audio freak, they will sound fine. You'd be actually surprised how much background noise these speakers kill. It's not bad at all. We should also not forget about the microphone, just saying. It has a good and clear quality to it, so jumping into party chats or social VR apps shouldn't be a problem. I know. So far, everything sounds super duper positive. So let's get into the shortcomings of the Quest 2, shall we? I can tell you that its comfort is its biggest weakness. It suffers from being too front heavy, sadly. You'd think that if it's 10% lighter than its predecessor, it should be a lot better. Well, the problem isn't necessarily the weight of the Quest 2, but the soft strap that is attached to it. I understand that Facebook wanted to keep it as compact as possible and support different hairstyles, but if you offer a strap without a counterweight on the back, it can't properly balance out the headset. Those are just facts. Personally, I don't like it. I can handle wearing it for about an hour before it starts to make my head feel sore and killing the excitement of being in VR. I'm sure you all agree with me that they could have bundled the Quest with the Elite strap, but instead, Facebook has decided to capitalize on this problem. I should also mention that a part of the head strap is made out of a white fabric that gets dirty in no time. I'm not kidding, I started to notice this the moment I unboxed it, and yes, I did wash my hands. Thanks for asking. Moving on to the lens adjuster. As simple as it is to use, I think a manual slider on the outside would have been easier. Let me explain. First up, it's immersion breaking to have to get out of VR to find the perfect settings. And what's even worse is that it's hard to avoid touching the lenses, resulting into them getting dirty too. In this case, they could have at least included a few lens wipes. I'm afraid that the lack of this will send the wrong message to consumers. I can already see them using a paper towel from the kitchen or a shirt, something that can badly damage the lenses. I don't want to be the one that only brings bad news, but if your eyes slightly differ from one of the 3 settings, there is no possibility to adjust them specifically to your own preferences. To me, this is all fine, as I am in the range that Oculus is targeting. But I can see some folks missing out on the fun because of this, and that's a shame. So overall, if you think about it, a manual slider with more options could have prevented all of this. And that brings us to the face cover. During my play sessions, it has been holding up quite well. It's soft and has enough padding to keep you going for a while, and if you're sweating a lot, then it will make sure to soak that all up. So from that side, I have nothing to complain about. Then, last but not least, we have the touch controllers. To me, they seem to last forever. It will be no problem to play with them for a couple of weeks without the need of having to replace the batteries. I've had a serious great time with these controllers. They were fitting nicely in my hands, giving me enough grip while playing games, and its base surface has plenty of space for your fingers if you feel the need to rest them. Oh, and the haptics inside each controller are really neat as they strongly react when something exciting happens in-game. So yeah, what can I say? The Oculus Quest 2 is the best and also the cheapest standalone VR headset that you can buy right now. Its all-in-one approach makes it an interesting device to everyone who wants to dive into VR. It's fast and powerful from the inside, and from the outside, well, comfort-wise, it could have been a lot better, but who can complain when the price of this thing is just $299? It's insane. There is no one out there who's selling it for that money. So yeah, I want to thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you are planning to buy a Quest 2 or why you are not planning to. I'm very curious to hear your opinion, and let's say you are, then you can find a link in the description below, as I said before. And if you haven't subscribed already, then maybe do so, because I will be uploading many more videos about this standalone VR headset. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching. Now it's time for me to, well, sign off, and as I always say, and I see you all next time. See you in the Metaverse. Bye bye. See ya later.